Your Excellencies, thank you for the opportunity to reflect the perspectives of young people on climate and health. I'm also inspired by WHO Amaro's leadership in addressing the climate and health emergency. As a young medical doctor myself, I witnessed firsthand the impacts of climate change on the health and well-being of my patients and community. I vividly remember a 2-year-old girl who presented with an asthma exacerbation because of the high levels of air pollution. Not only did it have detrimental impacts on her growing brain and body, but it also delayed the surgical procedure that she needed. This is just one of the many anecdotes of how climate change affects health, either directly through extreme weather events such as floods, hurricanes, and wildfires, or indirectly through air pollution that affects 9 out of 10 people who breathe in polluted air. Particularly in our region, the climate change impacts that are unmitigated have 54 million people suffering from acute food insecurity, while 1 out of 5 children lack access to safe drinking water, particularly in our region that is the most water scarce. Massive displacement of millions of people in the region is driven by climate change, conflict, or both together, where women and girls make up 80% of the climate migration. On the other hand, we see how climate change affects the mental health of communities. Farmers are dying by suicide. People are experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, while people who are living with mental health conditions are 3 times more likely to be killed during a heat wave. Young people are also feeling the despair at the unpredictable climate disasters and anxiety about the future that we face. Young healthcare professionals are, on the other hand, rising to the climate challenge, working hard to reimagine the future and lift ourselves from the fatigue of despair, proposing and implementing radical solutions such as the decarbonization of our healthcare facilities, transforming our education to integrate climate change, and prescribing nature to patients to connect with nature and improve their well-being. Nevertheless, young people continue to face multiple challenges that restrict our meaningful participation, and there is a growing need to reorient institutional structures to integrate young people, not as add-ons, but as natural stakeholders. One good example is the WHO Youth Council that has climate change one of its main priorities. Climate and health policies should be grounded in the needs and insights of the most vulnerable young people, including young women, refugees, and internally displaced youth in armed conflict. This requires establishing intergenerational and sustainable mechanisms, not only for their participation, but also for the emergence of youth-led solutions and implementation pathways. To respond to this, the Egyptian COP27 presidency appointed for the first term a youth envoy to a COP president, demonstrating that the inclusion of young people and intergenerational equity is far from optional at the highest level of climate decision-making. And the responsibility of the youth envoy is to facilitate diverse opportunities for young people to participate, to integrate their insights and perspectives across all fronts of climate policies. The COP27 presidency also recognized the right to a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment in the Sharm el-Sheikh implementation plan, the political outcome decision for COP, which was the first time such mention of health was seen in an outcome decision. To further elevate the political profile of climate and health, the COP28 UAE presidency is now hosting the first ever Health Day, an interministerial meeting for climate and health, bringing in ministers of health for the first time at COP. And this brings in the importance of ensuring that the critical perspectives of young health professionals are part of the Climate and Health Declaration of COP28, making sure that the youth inclusion is institutionalized within governments with national youth focal points at the ministries of health, but also youth councils that can enable the centralization of youth insights, experiences, and solutions in the climate and health policy and design and implementation work. Finally, climate justice and health can be a new narrative of hope. We must connect, listen, and work together as partners across silos, across generations, to build the healthy and secure future young people want and deserve. Thank you.